presentation. So the applicant is Mr. Gus Andazola with Andazola Realty LLC. The request is for exterior facade improvements for a multi-use property on the commercial areas of A and B. Staff has no concerns. Method of installation will be new construction and revitalization. We do recommend conditional approval on the condition that the design and material should stay with the information on what's being presented in his application. Any changes or modifications from that application must come back to HLC for review. These are some of the photos that staff took of the facade. You might be familiar with the property. It is on the corner of Moon and Socorro Road. This is another view of the property. And the last view of the property. These are the schematics and designs of what he's wanting to implement at that property. The design does not have any concerns with staff. It is welcomed and it is set within the guidelines of the current historical district. And then there is a close-up of the facade, including the clay roofing and the posts, as well as the arch and mission style architecture on the top. Happy to answer any questions you might have regarding this application. Once again, staff does recommend approval.
Commissioners, any questions of staff?
Again, I'd like to make a comment. Since that's the place where I had my very first job at 16 years old. It still looks exactly the same. It's never changed. I think it's a great building. Every time I go by there, I look at it and I'm like, wouldn't it be great to have like a visitor center there, you know? And it's got the parking and everything, so maybe the city should look at renting it or something, I don't know. But I look forward to seeing it rehabbed.
Does the applicant wish to address the commission?
Did you want to say anything?
No, I mean, I appreciate, you know, I mean,
Go ahead and just speak to
I appreciate y'all's time. I mean, you know, I don't want to change a lot to it. Like you said, it's been like that, just the little tips that, just to give it a little bit of better look. I've tried to lease it probably for 2 years, so my plan is to make smaller stores and have all the utilities included, so hopefully I can get just, I don't know what kind of renters I'll get, but I think I can get people to rent it and try different businesses, because I know I do get a lot of calls, but I think people are afraid to take on the whole remodel inside. I mean, the tenant improvement and the utilities and whatnot, since everything's gone up so much, right? But I mean, I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully once I'm gonna do it in phases. I wanna do obviously the outside of it, but do phase 1 on the A side and hopefully get that going, and then the B side is actually gonna be vacant, and hopefully I can get somebody in there interested to open some, hopefully a good business here for the area. That's about it. I mean, yeah, on the lighting, I don't have exact lighting. I mean, but yeah.
Commissioners, have we had enough time to review the plans?
Are we ready to call for the vote? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't believe we had a motion or a second on this one.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve. Conditional, right? Yes, conditional.
The motion was to approve with conditions as stated by staff. Motion was made by Mr. Borrego, seconded by Dr. Elizabeth Ponce-Lugo. Calling for the vote, Dr. Elizabeth Ponce-Lugo. Aye. Mr. Rafael Padilla.
Aye.
And Mr. Al Borrego.
Aye.
Motion carries. We'll contact you tomorrow, so you can come by our office to pick up our permit, and then you go to planning and zoning to pick up your construction permit.
We're doing it right, yeah.
Yes.
So like if anything changes
Wow,
when
what a
you
trip.
present it, you'd have to restart the process.
That's when I got my social security
No
card.
worries.
You did?
Yeah, but
And
you
I
will
go
find.
work there. There's a grocery store and a butcher shop.
Line item number 9, discussion action on the certificate of appropriateness for the construction of a new front-facing fence line for the property located at 229 South Moon Road. Do we have a motion and a second?
Commissioners, have you had enough time to review these? These plans for fencing?
We'll just get a motion and then I'll go through the presentation so that way we can discuss.
Okay.
I'll make the motion.
The motion is to approve or,
Yeah, approve.
okay.
Second.
Motion was made to approve by Mr. Alborrego, seconded by Dr. Elizabeth Ponce Lugo. Before you is an application for the property located at 229 South Moon Road by Mr. and Mrs. Grijalva, that's Hector and Romana Grijalva. Request is for new construction of a fence line on the front property. We do not have concerns with this request. The method is new installation or construction. Again, staff is recommending that we do provide the conditional approval on the aspect that the design material needs to stay with what's presented. Any changes or modifications should come back for the commission to review. Here is a view of the property. This is a side-facing view. And a little bit from the other side. The depiction before you shows that they're going to be using wrought iron slots as well as a rock wall fence with cement, which is approved in the district. There is no concerns with the method of placement. They will be required to follow the rules of planning and zoning in terms of setbacks and installation, and will also be required to get their permitting for their fence construction as well. You do see before you, again, a larger zoomed-in photo of the slots with the rock wall fence with cement. I think that might be the last photo, yes. And then the applicant is present to answer any questions you might have.
Commissioners, any questions of the applicant?
If not, we can call for the vote.
Yeah, you basically answered my questions because it's more with the zoning and setbacks. Because I live on Moon Road, and it's a real difficult place if you haven't been right there. I mean, it's right on the curve, and it's very dangerous. So I'm sure you've looked at making sure that.
So they'll go with planning and zoning in order to
Yeah.
determine their
That's
setbacks and
everything.
installation. Yes, that's
That's the
correct.
only thing that I'd be worried about, but I think a fence would be great. Let's go for it.
The motion was made to approve by Mr. Alborrego, seconded by Dr. Elizabeth Ponce Lugo. Calling for the vote. Dr. Elizabeth Ponce Lugo,
Aye.
Mr. Rafael Padilla,
Aye.
and Mr. Alborrego.
Aye.
Motion carries. So tomorrow we'll call you, so you can come to our office and pick up your certificate, and then you'll come to planning and zoning to pull your construction certificate.
What I needed, you were talking about the setback, and I need to know that, because if I do it along the property line that I have, it'll be maybe a foot away from the roadway. And it's a very dangerous curve, because everybody that I know takes that curve is very.
Very fast.
The other thing you may or may not be aware of is that there was an infrastructure of 4 light poles, they look with metal, and 3 of those light poles are in each corner and in the middle. And with that, I know that the electric company expects you to give them enough space, so if they ever need to do any work there, so I need to be aware of how much I can. I don't know if that comes from you all or.
No, that
No,
is,
zone.
so we are the city of Socorro, but you're gonna go to planning and zoning for all of that.
Oh, okay.
So
That's what I wanted to.
Yeah.
tomorrow you're gonna go to my office,
Uh-huh.
and I'll give you next step instructions.
Okay, I just wanted to mention those details because that's what I'm faced with. And I don't wanna build it right there next to it. I wanna have enough room where I can park cars in the front and then go into the nest. And that's what right now is what's causing me some concern about this, how much space, whatever space you say, that's what I'll do. And especially for the electric company, so that,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to work with everybody here.
So they're the commission that approves your design.
Uh-huh.
So your design was approved, your construction will come out of planning and zoning.
Okay.
But tomorrow when you come over, I'll go ahead and go over all of that with
And
you.
it's gonna be good quality rock, it's got some red and pink tints to it, and yellow, so it's a very good, rock, The only problem is that they're old.
No, you're good.
We're all.
So, but it'll be good quality work with cement and whatever else it needs to have the, structure to put together. But, you'll give me more information, I'm glad that you said that, because
This is the,
I'm sure I do a good job.
this is the property that was under the Grijalva family trust, right? It was under,
Too well,
it- this is a property that was under the Grijalva family trust. Yes, I remember this from 1992 when I first looked at that property.
I was, you know, I was property, and then I was, you know, my father said, you know, it's a good idea that you put all or whatever the properties that you have under a revocable trust. You know, that way you can avoid some probate stuff and everything. And my daughter, who's going to probably take it over, because I'm not going to be able to probably see anything, she's also getting a trust, which will transfer over to her. But that's right, the official, the Caldo Family Trust. Yeah,
Thank
it's a
you.
revocable trust.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much for your help. Yeah, thank you.
Moving on to line item number 10, discussion and possible action on HLC projects, updates, and commissioner requests of the commission. So we have some exciting news. Number one is that Skyridge is going to continue with the steel Quonset hut. We're about 80% complete. We do anticipate a completion date with that exhibit in early October, late September. We're shooting more for September, so that way we can finish up the project in the fiscal year. But that funding, we did receive additional $2 million. I'm not sure if the staff recalls, or I'm sorry, the commissioners recall, we did get $2 million, $1 million from the state and $1 million from the Senate. So that will be the next funding that will go into construction of Rio Vista, which will be the back two buildings. We did get $750,000 from the Save America's Treasures Grant. That'll go to the front-facing building right next to the canopy. The other piece of information is that we did go out to bid for the historic survey. It was awarded to Preservation Texas. So Preservation Texas is currently in negotiation with the city to complete the historical survey along Socorro Road, and then they will continue on to a citywide survey, which will be helpful for planning and zoning, and any kind of information we get from that could potentially add another district to the city. So we're excited about that. And then lastly, I will be attending the Congreso Heritage Preservation Conference next week to go ahead and fulfill our requirements to stay educated and updated, especially on Section 106. There's been a lot of changes at the federal level on historic preservation. Depends on which side of the aisle you're looking at. Sometimes they're super helpful, sometimes they're super concerning. As far as staff is concerned, our best interest is to not only our historic district, but also our historical assets, such as Rio Vista. And those are all of my information, but I did want to give you guys some photos of what the construction site's looking like. So they did replace the canopy right in front of the Quonset hut. It was not just like plastered little replacement. They actually broke it down to the studs and the footings and replaced it for us with like-minded materials. We've cleaned out the Quonset hut. I will take you when it's a little bit less hot. I don't need you guys to have a heat stroke, but they also went in there and cleaned up the foundations and the footings. We have to do an archaeological study just for compliance to make sure we don't find anything that could be relevant. We did not find any bodies. That's not where the bodies are buried. But do you have any questions for me?
So far, so good.
With no action, are we okay to move to line item 11? Line item 11 is adjournment. Do I have a motion?
First of all, commissioners, thank you for your attendance, and is there a motion to adjourn?
Make the motion to adjourn?
Second. Motion to adjourn made by Mr. Alborrego, seconded by Dr. Elizabeth Ponce-Lugo. Calling for the vote, Dr. Elizabeth Ponce-Lugo. Aye. Mr. Rafael Padilla.
Aye.
And Mr. Alborrego.
Aye.
Meeting ends at 6:38. Thank you so much.